It's a surreal feeling, and I haven't been here for all 3 years. I've been here for 2 years now. This is my second year going, but it feels like a family. It feels like I belong here, and I don't know what I would do without it. My life would feel empty without cycling.
So it's a big day for us today because we are here for a momentous occasion. Those kids up there are members of the DSV SHIFT Academy, and it's an incredible institution designed to bring kids with disadvantaged backgrounds of various kinds with real potential to the fore. And we know how South Africa is loaded with potential, and people complain about us not winning Olympic medals, but we've seen how hard development is in South Africa, and it takes real humans with big hearts and great knowledge and great experience, like Malcolm Langer, South Africa's most winningest male cyclist in history. Uncle Melly, 3 years later, just on, the kids are about to graduate. Just tell us about this place, what it means to you, and how are you feeling about it 3 years later?
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I think it's we started. It's nearly 3 years now, which is it's a huge accomplishment. It really was a dream of mine. I mean, we kind of came out of COVID, and I knew how many. We all battled through coming out of COVID, and we've now obviously realised. I just saw the communities, how devastated they are, and I thought, well, how, if we battling to get into races, then how are we going to get kids to actually still stay in the sport of cycling and also keep them on the right track? That's really what this academy is about. I'm not trying to create world champions. If that happens, that's great. I mean, we've got Ethan Coulson, who went and raced overseas this year. That is fantastic, but I think cycling, as we all know, teaches you so many values, and sport in general teaches you so many values. So you all know you can't ride bicycles your whole life, and that's what I also want to teach kids.
I'm sure that's going to be a big part of the growth of the DSV
It's a big part.
I
see it with so many athletes all around, in all sports. They think it's going to last forever, and it doesn't. And you have to start setting yourself up for what you're going to do beyond cycling. Yeah, so we're very proud to have DSV. I mean, they bought into this dream in 2021 when I presented it to them. They love it. And we want to keep them involved in the sport because it's very important to us.
One thing we as an organisation are exceptionally passionate about is youth and youth development, and it made just so much sense with the SHIFT Academy, where they're focusing on bike but also off bike, and making sure that when people do leave, or our children do leave the SHIFT Academy, that they actually have skills that they can apply after this, right? And for me personally, it's something I'm exceptionally passionate about, is development of youth and making sure that we make an active difference in the country. So it's been really something that's really close to my heart.
Jeez, well done. Thank you for bringing it to life. I mean, it couldn't happen without you. There's no question. And the children, as they say, as Michael Jackson said, they're children of the future. They're the tomorrow. Tomorrow is.
Yes.
And here they're on bikes every day in this beautiful stadium, doing physical stuff, feeling good about themselves. Yo, it must be lekker.
It is nice, and I do think, oftentimes when we talk about upliftment, sometimes these kids are born into a certain, set of challenges.
Rough circumstances.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. So this kind of forces them to focus on something positive and good, right? And being able to rise above that and really be able to make an impact. And we really believe that that's also going to pay something forward, because they'll be focused on it from a different perspective and life, in general.
And that's where the positive spiral starts, 100%. And other kids are sucked in by that vortex of, hey, wait, if he could, I can. I don't need to go and become a druggie on the streets. There's life after a tough upbringing.
Yeah.
Well done. We love it. Well, thank you for bringing it to life. So Sam Chakela here is the DSV Head of Equity and Inclusion. And here at the DSV SHIFT Academy, Malcolm and Jackie have created an environment where kids can start life on the same foot as everyone else around them. Equal opportunity.
Yeah.
That's such a big part of South Africa. How does it make you feel being right here, where kids are graduating today, into the real world on an equal footing?
You go out into the disadvantaged communities, you bring them in here as well, you show them that dreams do come true sometimes. And as we all know, that this is a kind of sport that is a little bit niche, and it's not easy for people to get in and to afford to participate in this sport as well. So these opportunities are great, and I'm glad that corporates like DSV are getting involved in making sure that these kids can be able to realize their dreams.
Sure, close to your heart and relevant to your life.
Perfect.
That's the only way to be, to feel like you're making a difference in the world.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, it feels like a family. We all bond so well together when we go on our trips. Uncle Al and Wade, they're like parents. So they look after us very goodly. And yeah, it feels like family.
You and Malcolm saw the opportunity to go deeper and more meaningful and and you've created something beautiful together.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Because we were flexible in our thinking, and we also listened to Malcolm's dreams and Jackie's dreams, what they wanted to achieve. Their shift, they wanted to shift, there's the word SHIFT Academy, right? That's probably one of the reasons we called it that.
Absolutely.
Was to move a little bit more into reinvestment in community, into youth, to do something different. Now at that stage, DSV, UTI, then DSV, we're also doing things with communities and that, but in a slightly disjointed way. And we thought, okay, maybe this is an opportunity to do something together. Still gets the brand out there, but it helps us to invest in something that's good for youth, good for underprivileged youth, good to show people inside our business, our staff, our customers, what can be done, how can lives be changed in some small way.
I played for 10 years and I think development is part of my DNA now. I started the academy with Neil Powell in 2012. Our first intake was Chesn Colby, Kwagga Smith, Justin Geduld, Werner Kok, just to name a few. The last player who came to the academy was Kurtley Arendse. But yes, involved in rugby in sevens for 23 years. And just the past Olympics, the boys, we got a bronze medal. And I think, it was just time to move on and took a new position at SA Rugby Legends. I would like to contribute more in development, and what a great initiative here with DSV, with the SHIFT Academy, and just creating opportunities for these youngsters. And that's what they need, you need inclusivity and we need access. Everyone needs access to facilities like this. And there's some great youngsters there, and hopefully they use this opportunity to make a name and to make something in life for them going forward. So well done.
Amen to that, and well done to you for seeing that. You're a bit like Malcolm. Malcolm's the who had the vision. He created this academy. It's 3 years later. His youngsters are being noticed. His youngsters are happy. They're a great example to their communities. You spoke earlier. we just heard you talk a beautiful talk about how it started. The guys were new, they were trying, and then the next year they got some medals, and the next year some more medals. And now this year, like 48 medals at national champs, continental champs. You guys it's working.
Yes, it is definitely working. I think we've got a working formula here, but it's not a quick fix. I said to Malcolm from the beginning, it's a project that we've got to work on every year. And we've progressed from starting out in 2022 to really we had a very good 2024. And even Sunday with Faraz winning the 1-tonner.
So that big race.
That was so exceptional. We had Morgan leading him out.
Congratulations on that. And you said earlier, hard work outshines talent. And you are that guy who's making sure that the hard work continues. And that's where the commitment and the hard work's coming from.
Yeah, they don't like me to refer to in our days, but every now and then I just remind them that, you're never going to get to the top if you're not going to work.
But they can relate to your story.
Absolutely.
And they trust you. And I can see, look how emotional. You guys are hugging them. They're like your children. It's a real family here.
They are like children. They're like children in my house.
Yeah.
They like children to me. They don't call me Ricky, they call me uncles. Sometimes I feel a bit very old. But it's just amazing to work with these kids.
In Drakenstein, sport is the heart and soul. This is a sporting municipality. We have 56 sporting codes here, and sport is the main event that drives, one of the main events that drives Drakenstein. It is very important not only that we develop our sporting people, but we also take care of our facilities.
For sure.
Because these young guys do not want to come to a place where the fences are lying down, there's no seats that's been burned down.
In a lot of places in
it
this
happens,
country.
So we must they must feel proud.
You are a definite mother to these children. I spoke to you a while ago and you were talking with such personal empathy and kindness and emotion. You literally have 18, we'll call it 20 kids.
They named it HQ actually, which is
That's
really
lovely.
cute. It's not a name we created. They called it HQ. They absolutely love it here. And I think with what we're planning on expanding, we'll give them the opportunity to train here, because like wintertime it gets noisy.
We heard tonight you've got a sponsor investing in it.
So at least then they can have an area where by the time they get home 7, 8 o'clock at night, it's homework's done, family, because it's all about schoolwork. Schoolwork comes first, because if you're not going to perform in school, and we're not asking everyone to be a student or a B student or a C student, we're just asking them to do their best. School first, matric first, and then you can cycle.